I kind of love this conversation. So in 2020, there were a lot of people that thought I was a scam, right? They'd come across me, and the majority of experiences out there from Hollywood or from people trying to tap into whatever, there is not the majority, but there's a really good bit of people that are scammers, right? So that's a very understandable thing, which makes me feel like I would really get along with Dennis, because open-minded skeptics are my favorite, and critical thinking is so fucking important. So that's the first part. That is one of my favorite things about humans. And also on my platforms, I'm like, don't believe anything that anybody tells you. No guru, no fucking anything. My stuff is to help you experience it, see for yourself if it works for you or not. And also my stuff is set up so that you remember how to do it yourself, and you don't need to hire a psychic, a healer, a reader, whatever the fuck, that you empower yourself. So that's the first. Now, the second part of this, what I like to do is, what kind of person am I dealing with when it comes to someone who thinks that I'm a scammer? So I say, if their soul consents and their team allows, please show me what Dennis would feel if he said one of my healings. Nothing. He doesn't feel anything. He is not a feeler. Okay. So when people say my healings and they're a feeler, they get these rushes of energy and stuff. But he doesn't. So step number one, he's going to be like, I tried it myself. I didn't fucking feel shit. All right, cool. All right. If it's in the highest good and his soul consents, please show me what Dennis sees when he says one of the healing phrases. A little bit of something, but not enough. It's like down here a little bit. It's like you would think that it could be like floaties in the eyes or whatever. There's not enough there to solidify that my stuff would be real. Cool. All right. All right. If it's in the highest good and his soul consents, please show me what Dennis knows when he says one of the healings. It's like a glimmer of possibility of thought, and then he dismisses it right away. So when it comes to firsthand experience, it's going to be something that he's not exactly open to, because he is a critical thinker, and he does push away stuff that he can't experience firsthand. So that's the second part. I can't talk and do eyeliner. I'll be right. Okay, so if you further wanted to try to prove to Dennis anything about me, there's a couple of different ways to go about it. You can go into my feedback playlist on TikTok and also on YT, which I know that you're on YT. The ones on YT have a lot of older stuff from 2020, 2021. It has a lot of firsthand people talking about things and their experiences with me and stuff. On TikTok, there's lots of feedback where people message me and stuff. I don't ask anybody to leave me feedback ever. I don't ever ask for reviews. Nowhere on my site anywhere can you find me asking for reviews. Even after I have a session with somebody, I don't ask them to leave a review. I say, let me know how it goes if you want. And if you're nervous about it, I don't share everything. I ask before I share. So there's that. So there's thousands of testimonials, and I do mean thousands of testimonials from people where this stuff has worked and helped them. So that's part number 3. Part number 4 is I have 2 folders on TikTok, and there's stuff on probably on YT also. It's documented work. So it has a date and a timestamp of what we did and how it showed up in science or the news or whatever. So when it comes to world events, that stuff is documented. The whole thing is documented. Everything is documented. So if you wanted to show him how this showed up and that showed up and this showed up and that showed up, you could. It's all documented. So that's the 4th part. Back to the feedback part. I have feedback from testimonials from people who don't do the spirituality, who see the results of their family members and message their family members and be like, hey, I know your life has changed since you've been working with her, you're fantastic. Like keep working with her is my personal opinion, because it's changed your world. So that goes back to that part. All right, the next part I'd like to offer is the stuff that I do, even just a little healing phrase like this. I could literally charge thousands of dollars for this. I fragment out my soul and travel to the person to apply this healing. Even teaching people or helping them remember how to do this, I could charge so much money for this. So much money for this. But I don't. I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of free healings. And even the stuff that's like hours worth of guided adventure, like things that Kate and I do, that's only a $10 subscription a month. People charge hundreds of dollars for subscriptions. And we're like, hey, we want to get it as low as possible so as many people can heal that want to. So that's whatever part we're on. There's that. And I think lastly, I don't really have a desire to prove myself to Dennis or anyone else. I know what I can do. I know what humans can do. I know what Dennis can do. I know what Dennis is capable of. And if he thinks I'm a scam, there's really no point in trying to get him to think otherwise. There's lots of avenues. There's thousands of things he could look into with his critical thinking. And he chooses not to. I actually welcome more people to be skeptical, to try it out, to see for themselves, to change their life, to empower themselves, whether it's with me or anything else. Critical thinking, who, what, where, when, why, how, question everything. I encourage it. I hope there are more people like Dennis in the world that don't just believe, that see for themselves. And if they don't see what they're looking for, continue to look for it. Find what they're capable of. That's it, I think. Okay, bye.